Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today, I thought I'd take a look at the brand new expansions for Everdell and walk you through all of the brand new main deck cards and beautiful artwork that are going to be available when the Kickstarter launches on March 9th. The two new Kickstarters are going to be Newleaf, where you're going to be welcoming in a train with visitors and different companions that will score you various different types of victory points, and Mistwood, where you're going to be using historical characters, building an army, and doing your very best to defend against what I can tell so far are beetle hordes, who are doing their very best to invade Everdell, the settlement within which you live. And for those of you that are excited about Everdell, but maybe don't own it all yet, they are going to have a complete collector's edition available. This is going to be the last expansion for Everdell, or the last expansions for Everdell, making this or rounding this off into a complete game after this Kickstarter launches. And if you've been paying attention to the channel, Everdell has been one of my favorite games probably over the past couple of years since discovering board games. It invokes those memories and ideas of Redwall, right? Growing up with these heroes and mice and forest creatures all adventuring out. The artwork and everything here is so thematic and so captivating. For those of you that aren't familiar with Everdell, very, very quickly, it is going to be a worker placement and tableau building game where you try to collect resources and stretch out or extend your turn for as long as possible, working through a multitude of seasons in order to develop your own little settlement. The two main conceits of the game are going to be the fact that you have a limited amount of workers, but your resources can act as an action on your turn, meaning you can take 2 worker actions and stretch them into 6 or 7 or 8 turns, activating tiles and cards and abilities over and over and over again. Along with that, the restriction on your main settlement, or the part of Everdell that you are building, makes the cards that you decide to add into your deck for immediate benefit, for resource generation, for endgame, mid-game scoring, everything there is going to be tightly squeezed. And so the way that you allocate resources and utilize your own abilities, the way that you spend the seasons that you have, are always frustratingly satisfactory, I suppose would be the term that I would use. Along with that, there are a variety of other expansions available for Everdell, most of which expand the boards in some way and add more cards into the main deck that you're using. These unlock new scoring conditions, new abilities, new locations to place your workers, and even multiple tracks and resources that you have to pay attention to while you play through the game. This video, however, is about the brand new expansions and about the cards specifically. I think they're beautiful, so I wanted to show them off. First off, I do have a little bit of flavor text that was left, and so I should probably read it. Newleaf. Everdell's bustling city Newleaf has just opened its first train station, and many new critters and big ideas are rolling in. Newleaf introduces brand new critters, constructions, and exciting events to draw visitor cards into your blooming city. Newleaf will include a beautiful new board that fits on the right side of the Everdell game board, train tickets, visitor cards that show up on the train station to perform extra points at the end of the game, and much more. And then Mistwood. Lurking in the depths of Mistwood, the cunning and villainous Nightweave plots to take over Everdell. Recruit heroes of yore from the More Legends and Corin Evertail packs, and transform your farms with our new Through Every Season expansion pack. There is a Nightweave card in your deck of cards, but she'll play an even larger role in Mistwood. With the new Nightweave module that will be included, Nightweave can function as an automated additional player that can play along with 1, 2, and 3 players. So, the board and the expansions are going to come with a lot more than we have here in our prototype. They're going to come with new boards, new resources, new characters, and new full game mechanics that I'm not able to demonstrate. But what I can show off is all of the new cards and new artwork that are going to be added into the main deck. So let's go ahead and start diving in. I'll start off with a few of these side cards that I have. Right now I have a few of these little companions that I can add. So we have Snails, Steady. At the beginning of the game, draw 7 cards and place them in a face-down stack in your area. When an opponent plays a production resource, you may give them a card from the stack to also activate the production for yourself. Bats. Archivists. Whenever you play a card, you may take 1 card from the meadow and place it face down in a stack by your city. You may play any card from the stack as though they were a meadow card. Cats, which are in fact confirmed as a brand new meeple in the game. I think a lot of these are going to be brand new characters that you can play. Bossy. You may send a worker to any basic location, forest location, or a production already occupied by an opponent. Honeybees, networkers. Whenever you play a non-green card, you may discard 1 card to activate a green card in your city. You may not use this ability when you're in Automaton. Pigs, which I'm very excited about. Master farmers. Begin the game with all farm cards in the face-up stack in your area. At the beginning of each season, you may play the top farm card for free. Farms do not take up space in your city. If an opponent plays a farm, you gain 2 coins. Stoats, they're planners. After you play a critter or construction, you may discard 2 cards to gain 1 of a variety of type of resources, or 3 cards to gain 1 pebble. This is not considered a card playing ability. Butterflies, boundless. Increase your hand limit by 4. Ooh, that's nice. Begin the game with 12 cards in your hand. You are the first player. And finally, spiders. At the beginning of the game, place Nightweaver in any worker location on the board. Whenever this location is visited, gain 1 resource you don't already have and draw 1 card. Then move Nightweaver to a different forest or basic location. You are the last player. So those are going to be some of your new characters, some hints towards some of the meeples that will be in this. We also have a variety of different scoring forest locations and 2 more forest locations here. So these are going to be in-game achievements, and then the forest locations we have 2 twigs and 1 resin. Copy any forest location and 4 twigs. And then here, 10 cards in city. City Jubilee. Gain 1 point token for each basic event you have achieved and 2 for each special event, including this one. Juniper Jig. Dance contest. If you have 9 critters, you gain 5. 9 constructions. Everwater Tower constructed. If you have 3 plants and 2 travelers, Grow Light Festival. May discard 1 card for each plant in your city. Gain 1 point token for each discarded card. 2 production and 2 research. Hot Air Balloon Race. May discard 1 card for each visitor in your city. Gain 1 point token for each discarded card. Here we have 2 red and 2 purple. Magic Show. Discard 1 card for each red in your city. Gain 1 point token for each discarded card. A Royalty. 3 green, 2 purple. May discard 1 card for each purple in your city. Gain 1 point for each discarded card. Stock Market Boom. 2 red and 2 research or blue. May discard 1 card for each research in your city. Gain 1 point token for each discarded card. Have achieved at least 3 events for a sunflower parade. 3 purple for a scenic fight. And 15 cards in your city for a big city achievement. And now, what you all have been waiting for. Let's dig into this main deck. We have a green production card here. The Magician, who is a unique critter. You may discard 1 critter or 1 construction from your city to gain 1 coin and 1 berry. Not bad, gives you a little bit of cycle over your city, which is important. The adorable pig here. This is going to be a visitor. Activate 2 different production in your city. Very nice. And this is going to be able to be built off of production cards. I like that. Okay. We have a Photographer Spider. Copy any purple in an opponent's city. Score based on your city. So just going to be copying the ability of another card. I like that as well. We have the Investigator here. May not be used with any other card playing ability. When playing a critter or construction, you may discard this inventor from your city to decrease the cost by 3. Not bad, a little bit of production there. I like the artwork, and the building's actually fairly cheap on it, with only 2 berries being the cost. That is not a bad early game card, especially if you're able to supplement those berries with any of your other berry-producing cards. 1 berry for a lamplighter. Let's see here. You may draw 2 cards from the deck or the meadow, or the station. Card production, and with a wider marketplace, more places to potentially draw up, this is not a bad card to have that'll allow you to cycle and draw cards at the beginning of those new production rounds. Conductor. I like the cat conductor. Very nice. Copy any red card in an opponent's city. May not copy the cemetery, chapel, monastery, pirate ship, or legendary. So some specifics there, but overall, production card, well, not a production card, I suppose, a worker placement card that's going to give you the opportunity to copy other cities' actions. And that's because those trains are going to be connecting everything. We have the Miller. May pay up to 1 stone to gain 3 coin. Turning things into products, we have the Poet Butterfly. You may draw all cards from the meadow of the same color. They gain 1 coin for each drawn. That's kind of interesting. I like that. A little bit of a gamble, but I like the idea of sticking that down and being able to pull almost the entire meadow up into your hand. We have the Baker Bee. 2 coins for each of your unused berries to a maximum of 3. Interesting. So if you're generating a decent amount of berries, you could generate a lot of money in association with that. And those are victory points, not coins. My mistake on that. Let's see here. After you play a critter, you may give an opponent 1 card to gain 1 victory point and draw 1 card. Okay. We have the Chipsmith. This is a location where you could go to. Absolutely very cool artwork here. Activate 2 different productions in your city if you go there. A little bit more production. And with some of the other cards that you have here, the production that allows you to draw cards, that could be very, very powerful. I always think it was well, it wasn't the Poet, but the Hotel. This is going to be an open location that'll give you 2 coins if anyone else goes to it. Play a critter or construction from your hand for at least 3 fewer resources. And this is going to chain with any visitor card. So if you have visitors in your city, you'll be able to build the hotel. Greenhouse, any visitor card as well. Draw 1 card. If sharing a space with a farm, gain 1 berry. Okay? Don't mind that, although I usually don't do the farm strategy. With the new decks, I might have to look into it, but it's usually not the way that I go. Another production card here. Freight car. When played, place 2 berries, 2 wood, 2 amber, and 2 stone from the supply. Gain 2 resources from the freight car. Okay. So you're going to be placing things from the supply, and then that's going to be generating you not only a lot of victory points, but a decent amount of resource pool depending on what you need on your turn. City Hall. After you play construction, you may give an opponent 1 card, gain 1 point, and draw 1 card. Okay, City Hall is going to allow you to cycle your cards a little bit and generate points by giving to other players around the table. The Everwall, unique construction. For every 5 spaces you filled in your city. So this could be, a total of, this is an expensive thing to build. 4 wood, 4 amber, and 4 pebbles. But if you're able to do it, this is potentially a total of 12 points sitting in front of you. It's a lot of point generation on 1 single card. The main road. This main road counts as an additional space in your city. It may not be copied or removed. I like this. I like this a lot. I love the mechanic of strategically expanding your road so that you can build other items on top of it. And with cards like that are scoring based off of how much you have in your area, that's pretty nice. Now, there's only a maximum of 5 of those, but I could totally see a game where you're able to utilize the vast majority of them, and you really take advantage of it. I think that's going to be a card that almost no one lets go of. Tea House. You may give 1 card to an opponent to gain 1 berry and then draw 1 card. The Air Balloon. Copy a card in an opponent's city, activate it based on your city. May not copy full main road ruins or legendary. So you kind of get up in the air, get a vantage point, and take a look at what's going on. This beautiful library with a nice little butterfly there. 1 point for each color in your city, for each card color in your city. So what's that? 3 points with a potential possibility of maybe extending to 5 additional or so. After you play a critter or construction, you may draw 2 cards. Okay. Museum here. I like that. I like solid card draw, especially with expanding how many we have. Mayor here. Gain 1 point and 1 point for every 5 spaces you have filled in your city. Again, pairing up with that expansion idea. The bank. Place 1 point here or 1 coin here. Increase your hand limit size by 1 for each coin there. Okay? I like that. I like the card draw mixed with the potential hand expansion as well. I think that's pretty nice, especially with what was it over here? One of these, the butterflies, I think are going to be a really interesting character to play. Locomotive is going to be a worker placement zone. Place a station card. Play a station card for 3 less berries. It's going to be nice. I have to see what those station cards are going to be, if they're just going to be the main deck or if there's going to be custom ones on that. So here we have the unique farms. These are actually going to replace the farm cards, and it's going to give us seasonal farms as well. So we have the midsummer little mouse hanging out with the children. We have, it looks like, again, another summer card. They're all kind of standing there together as a family. Ooh, the rainy spring. It looks like that water is just pouring down. Oh, and these have special custom abilities. I should probably read over those for you as well. Gain 1 berry, gain 1 berry, gain 1 berry, or activate another production card in your city. Here we are, another nice summer day. Gain 1 berry or gain 2 wood. Here we have some winter farms. Gain 1 berry or discard this farm to gain 1 wood, 1 amber, and draw 1 card. It's kind of sad to have to leave your home in the winter, though. Gain 1 berry or draw 2 cards, like this, the little snow mice sledding down the hill. Here we have fall, jumping into a pile of leaves. Gain 1 berry or gain 1 amber. Here we have them all, it looks like they're sword fighting or something along those lines with a rabbit visiting. Gain 1 berry or gain 1 coin. Then we have Corin Everdale's Path. So these are going to be the cards that dip into the history of Corin Evertail. She was the original founder of Everdell, and we're going to be able to follow her journey as we are protecting our home. This is going to be a worker placement location that's on a green card. Interesting little combination, and this does not take up space in your city. Another card that gives you more expansion opportunity. Activate any location occupied by an opponent. Interesting. I like these cards that aren't restricting my city more. Corin Evertail's Farm with a giant pumpkin. Gain 1 berry and gain 1 berry for each farm in all opponent cities. These opponents draw 1 card for each farm they have. Player interaction, a little bit of a boon for having farms, definitely incentivizing the idea of building farms, and those berries are super valuable. This deck has dealt a lot with berry play. Give 8 cards or 1 resource. Give 8 cards or resources to opponents to gain 1 coin or 1 point for each gift. Well, that is something. Corin Evertail's the warrior. Corin Evertail, the leader. Every time you draw 1 card, you may give 1 of those cards to an opponent to gain 1 coin or point. Interesting. I like these more advanced. I like these more advanced cards. Corin Evertail, the king. 1 point for each purple card in an opponent's city. So you're gonna designate and decide which one that is. Let your bell ring forever, loud and true. Terry Hare, legendary critter, is going to be a shopkeeper. Gain 1 berry after you play a critter. Draw 2 cards after you play construction. More draw powers. Another legendary card here, a legendary creature, the Stray Softpaw, legendary critter. You may activate 2 deployed workers on basic or fox locations for yourself, either yours or your opponent's. We have the the Mayberry family. Adorable. This looks like the husband and wife. This is the wife. Oh, this is so cute. If paired with a husband, and you have at least one farm in your city, this is just a happily ever after. I love that. King North's Treasury. Legendary construction. May not be used with other card-playing abilities. When played, place 4 coins here. When playing a critter or construction, you may play any number of coins here to decrease the cost by 2 for each. So spending, and it's built with a historian, or it triggers the historian's build. So spending resources in order to generate more cards, more items. Spending coins in order to generate more cards and items. Jor Goldwig. I like it when they bring birds. This looks like a very fancy... it's not a bluebird. It looks like a very fancy, potentially parrot of some sort, but I absolutely adore it. This is going to be a Bard card. Gain 1 point for each card in your hand up to 8, and we've seen card development as well, so there's a good chance you're going to have more than that in your hand. Chipter Swipple. This is going to be our little Chip Sweep, or probably a relative of the Chip Sweep card. One of the most adorable cards in all of Everdell. Activate 2 different production in your city, only 1 per turn. There's a lot of activate multiple productions in here. That's going to be a big part of this game, and may incentivize having a smaller production pool, but having a card or 2 that allow you to operate or activate them multiple times. And with the new farms, I kind of like that strategy as well, because they'll be able to generate a variety of resources. So some interesting utility there. Legendary construction, the Strong Root Castle. 2 points for each common construction in your city, and it's going to trigger a king. Everflame Tomb, another legendary construction. Worker stays there permanently. You're burying someone. Play a card from your hand, the meadow or the station for free. That is a decision that is not made lightly. Giving up a worker, that better be an incredible card that you're playing. Dark Keep Prison. Discard 2 critters from your city. Gain 3 resources and 3 coin for each critter that you discard. Okay. A little bit of cycle there. I like it when I can get rid of some cards that just aren't helping me. I don't mind that. Gain 3 berries. Click Clacks. Gain 3 berries plus 1 resource for every farm in your city. So these are going to be the new main deck cards. There may be some that haven't been revealed. I'm not sure, but overall, these are the new 80 cards that are being added. First impressions. Farm game looks like it's being developed quite a bit with a new integration of the seasonal farm cards. I like the art, I like the aesthetic, I like the change of the classic farm into something new. So the husband-wife pairing, the potentially legendary wife card, and all of the farm and the resource generation abilities might make farm strategy a really, really compelling thing at the very beginning. Along with that, hand draw or hand size combined with maximizing card draw from the various marketplaces and then scoring victory points off of how many cards you have either in your hand or down in your city. That seems like a clear strategy that they're leaning into. And then alongside that, berry generation and berry utility throughout this expansion looks like it's going to be very, very valuable. There's a lot of cards in here that are giving you some really powerful effects based off of those berries. The most interesting or compelling cards, I think, are probably, honestly, going to be the cards that were a little bit more advanced, but talking about the story of Core and Evertail. I really like how these cards use and utilize each other, specifically things like Core and Evertail's farm, which has you pay attention to other players sitting around the table. I'm excited about this. I'm just excited about more Everdell stuff. I am absolutely charmed by this game. And I'm going to tell you a secret. I like playing it with everything included. And when these 2 new expansions come in, if you don't think that I'm getting it all to the table, I 100% am. Even though the rulebook tells me I should not be doing that. Whatever the case, let me know down below what was your favorite card or the most compelling card to you in this deck, and what are you looking forward to the most? Do you have different types of animal meeples that you'd like to see included? You probably know what I'd vote for. Whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing, get out and play some games, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.